Hey guys, today we're just going to go over a quick crash course on the Ten Commandments, why they were created, what they are, and how we can best follow them to better our lives and be better followers of God. So to start off, what are the Ten Commandments? So the Ten Commandments are a set of religious and moral laws that are central to both Judaism and Christianity. They provide guidance for believers and set forth basic principles of respect, honesty, and fairness. These commandments form the foundation of ethical and moral behavior in Judaism and Christianity and continue to be important in the lives of all believers today. So, how were they created? So the Ten Commandments were given by God to Moses on Mount Sinai during the time when the Israelites were wandering the desert after being freed from slavery in Egypt. This story is described in the book of Exodus, chapter 20. Here, the Bible tells us that Moses climbed Mount Sinai and spent 40 days and 40 nights in the presence of God, where he received the Ten Commandments. The commandments were written on 2 tablets of stone, and Moses brought them down from the mountain to share with the people. So, why are they important? Not only do the commandments provide a foundation for ethical and moral behavior, but they also represent the relationship between God and his people. The giving of the Ten Commandments established a covenant where God created a special relationship with the Jewish people. This covenant would also be essential to the creation of Jesus' new covenant for all the people of the world. Overall, the Ten Commandments are seen as a sign of God's love and guidance for his people. So, let's just hop in and look at what the commandments actually are. So the first commandment is, "You shall have no other gods before me." This commandment emphasizes the exclusive worship of God and forbids the worship of any other idols. However, this commandment also represents, on a moral level, how we should place a high priority on our relationship with God over other superficial things such as material wealth, status, or power. So, the second commandment is, "You shall not make idols." This commandment warns against the creation or worship of idols or graven images. This commandment also reminds us of God's omnipotent and spiritual nature, holding power and importance over any man-made objects or concepts. So, the third commandment is, "You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain." This commandment describes how we should hold reverence and respect for God. This includes not using his name vulgarly, but is also important to carry forward this respect in the way we think and call upon God by avoiding calling him for trivial or selfish matters. So the fourth commandment is, "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy." This commandment explains how we should set aside one day a week, Sundays, as a day of rest and worship. However, this also connects to how important it is that even in our hectic, busy, and sometimes overwhelming lives, that we make time for our relationship with God. So the fifth commandment is, "Honor your father and mother." This commandment emphasizes the importance of respecting and honoring parents and their authority. It teaches believers to value and care for their elders, and to show obedience and gratitude for the guidance and care they provide. The sixth commandment is, "You shall not murder." This commandment prohibits the unjust taking of another person's life, but also outlines the sanctity of humans. All people are brothers and sisters under God, made in his image. This commandment explains the value of those lives and the equality of all people in the eyes of God. The seventh commandment is, "You shall not commit adultery." This commandment emphasizes the sanctity of marriage and encourages us to live a life of faithfulness and commitment. Furthermore, this commandment also emphasizes the sanctity and holiness of rituals in the church. The eighth commandment is, "You shall not steal." This commandment condemns taking somebody else's property or possessions without permission. Like the sixth and seventh commandment, this commandment emphasizes the importance of treating our fellow people with honesty, integrity, and respect. The ninth commandment is, you shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. This commandment prohibits lying or giving false testimony against others. It demonstrates the importance of truthfulness and integrity, both in virtue and out of respect for others. The final and 10th commandment is, you shall not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor. This commandment warns about desiring or coveting what belongs to others, including their possessions, relationships, or status. It encourages contentment, gratitude, and a focus on one's own blessings, as well as love and happiness for those with more than you. So now that we've gone over these 10 commandments, hopefully you can apply them into your life, both in the obvious way and in the deeper, more spiritual way, to help grow closer to God and improve your overall life. Thank you for listening.